What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sweet and Savory Barbecue. I'm Jamie Trader. Today I'm going to show you how to make this citrus marinated grilled chicken on the Weber Kettle. Let's get started. So to start, we're going to start by breaking our chicken down into pieces. I'm going to cut the backbone out first. You can use kitchen shears for this or a knife. It's going to go along each side of the backbone. I like to keep a paper towel handy. You can see we got some leakage from the packaging. We're just going to break this chicken down into each individual part. If you want to save stuff, you can. Like the backbone's really good for stock and all that good stuff. And then we're just going to go straight down, cut it in half first. And you could cook it like this, but we're going to break it down into the different pieces. So to separate this part, we're just going to come down, follow the seams. Cut that skin a little bit too on that breast, but that's all right. I'm just going to kind of fold it out, and you can see there's a fat line. That right there is where the drum is going to separate. So come in here, take the drum off, and then do the same kind of thing. There's another fat line where the thigh will separate at, or you can find the ball joint. There's our thigh. See if we can't stretch the skin a little bit on the breast meat. That's all right. Follow the wing. Find the ball joint, pop right through it. And you got a wing and a breast. You can cut that off the bone if you want. I'm gonna leave it on there for now. And we're gonna do the same thing to this other one. Now that we've got our chicken cut up, it's gonna be able to take that marinade a lot faster. We're not gonna need to do this overnight or anything. We're just gonna do it for a couple of hours. So let's make that marinade. We've got the juice of 2 lemons, 2 limes, and 2 oranges. Get that in there. We've got about a half a cup of chicken stock. We've got the zest of 1 of those lemons, 1 of those limes, and 1 of those oranges. That's going to help bring that citrus flavor out. We've got about a tablespoon of peppercorns and about a tablespoon or so of minced garlic. We're going to add some of the Sweet and Savory O.G rub into there for some barbecue flavor, some salt, some sugar. Quarter cup maybe, 2 tablespoons to a quarter cup. Just kind of eyeballing it. We're going to get that good and mixed up. Don't need to heat this or anything for the marinade. It's good just like it is. Now we're mixed up. We're going to come into our chicken, into the bag, and just pour it over there. Close it down. I'm going to put this like in an aluminum tray or something like that so you don't make a mess in your fridge, just in case it leaks. You can do this overnight if you want. We're going to go about 2 hours today. So our chicken has been marinating now. It's been about 2.5 hours. Again, you can go overnight, but I like at least a 2-hour marinade. I'm going to get it out of our bag here, lay it out on this sheet pan. I'm going to pick off some of these peppercorns. You can smell the citrus, exactly what we're going to go for. I'm not going to rinse this marinade. I want it all to stay on there. Again, I'm just going to pick off any of these peppercorns. Breast there. Looks like we got another breast here. Chicken wing. That's going to be the bite that I'm going to go after probably. Another wing, thigh, and then we're going to get the 2 drummies. Now we've got them laid out here, it's time to get some seasoning on them. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but this chicken meat has actually kind of changed colors a little bit. It's got like the citrusy, yellowish orange tint to it, which means our marinade has done its job. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and flip these guys over, and we're going to get our seasoning on the back side first. That way we keep our top sides nice and pretty. You can use whatever seasoning you want. I'm using my Sweet and Savory O.G rub. If you have like a citrusy seasoning, that would work really good. I'm not going to sauce this chicken today, so whatever you like to eat on like a baked chicken would be really good. This is just going to give us some nice sweetness, a little bit of heat, a little bit of smokiness, some great color. Skin side flipped over. Now we're going to hit the top side. I would say about a medium coat. Not crazy light, but not super heavy either. So now that our chicken is seasoned, we're gonna let it sit here for about 30 minutes to an hour, just long enough to get our pick off. So for this cook, we're gonna be using our Weber Kettle. You can use any grill. I'm just gonna set this up for a 2-zone cooking operation, which is basically gonna mean our charcoal is gonna be at the back of the grill or the side, whichever, and then you're gonna have a cool zone to be able to get away from that heat You can sear and you can get some a little bit lower and slower. So we'll start with just some Royal Oak charcoal in our charcoal chimney. These are the Royal Oak briquettes. You can use lump if you prefer. Lump's just gonna have a little bit quicker of a burn time. So just make sure you might have some extra on hand if you need to throw it on top. We've got a tumbleweed here to get it started. I'm gonna give that a light. Our vents are open, wide open on the bottom right now to give this charcoal plenty of oxygen to get started. And this is gonna take about 15 or 20 minutes and it'll be ready to dump out. So our charcoal is starting to ash over. We can see some flames starting to kick up. So we're gonna get this dumped on the back side of our grill. You've seen me do this before. I'm gonna dump some unlit of the briquettes right on top. With this 26, I like to get a little bit of extra burn time. Depending on your grill, you may not need to do this step. I don't have anything that's citrusy for wood, but I am gonna use a piece of apple. I think the fruit wood is gonna kind of pair well with the chicken. So we're gonna put that kind of back there. Gonna come in here and get our grate in place. Get our lid on with our vent over top of the cool side to draw that heat in. And we're gonna open that to about halfway open. And we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom vent. If you're looking for a temperature, I'm gonna say between 350 and 400 is gonna be a good ballpark to get you a nice crispy skin, but not get too hot that you're gonna burn it up before it's done. So now that our grill is good and hot, we've given it about 15 minutes or so since we dumped our charcoal. Come in here and get our chicken on. Starting with our breast, gonna kind of keep that away from the fire since it doesn't need to go quite as hot. Come in here with our thighs, drumsticks. This is where I like to have the 26-inch kettle. Just makes getting these pieces on there a little bit easier, and our wings. So we're gonna close our lid and we'll come back and check on it. And I'm gonna say about 20 minutes or so, kind of see how it's looking, see if we're ready to start getting some sear on there. We've been going here about 20 minutes. Come in here and take a peek how everything is looking. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna kind of just move some stuff around. Not ready to sear them off quite yet. Maybe we'll flip them over a little bit too. Get some color on the backside. Some guys over, and I'm gonna give them another 15 minutes or so and see what they're looking like then. At that point, I'll probably start checking the internal temperatures. Shouldn't hopefully be too close to being done, but we're gonna check them out, see, and get them seared off. We've been another 15 minutes now, so we're at 35 minutes total cook time. We gave our chicken a flip, so they're looking good on the backside. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start getting some sear action over on this hot side of our coals. Skin side down first. Move them over here for a few minutes, maybe about 5. We'll come back and flip them over, and then we'll get them moved back to the cool side to finish cooking. We've been on 5 minutes here searing. You can tell we've got some drippage going on from these pieces of chicken. Got some good color. Get them flipped over. Give them about 5 minutes on this side, and then we'll move them back over to the cool side and get them finished off. So we've got another 5 minutes on our chicken, 10 total minutes. I'm gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna move it back to the cool side, and we're gonna start looking at the internal temperature. See what we're working with. It's looking pretty. I wish y'all could smell it. It smells really good. 37 on that. Dark meat's at 165. That's really good. Let's see our chicken wings. 195, that's exactly what I want. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and get the chicken wings off, or that one at least. This one's still about 180. What I like about cooking chicken like this versus whole bird or even half is you can take these pieces off as they get done and not overcook them. You don't have to sit there and wait for the breast meat to be done or the thigh meat to be done or whatever it is. You can take them off as it gets done and let them rest, hang out, and enjoy everything at the perfect done. So we're gonna come in here. I just took a peek at everything. Everything except for the thighs was temping good. These are 165. And these legs are between 185 and 190. The wing is the same. So we're gonna go ahead and get these off of here and let these thighs finish out. They're almost done. They were at like 175. I'm gonna let them go another 5 or 10 degrees and get on up to that 180 mark. We've got our chicken. It's rested for maybe 5-10 minutes. That's all it really needs. You know, you can go upwards of 20, that's okay. You just wanna make sure that you're eating it within, 30 minutes or so it stays above that safe temperature. So we've got our wings, our breasts, legs, and our thighs. I'm gonna kind of break down one of these chicken breasts here. We'll try a bite of that. Maybe we'll try some of the wing. Remember, this is still on the bone, so we're gonna have to work around that a little bit. What we're gonna do is kind of cut this way, kind of cut it right down there off the bone. And of course, you can always pick at this. That's some of the best parts. And we'll kind of cut these into slices. Still got some juice in there, but it's cooked all the way through. The marinade helps with that for sure. Get back on their skin. So let's get in here. We'll try a bite with the skin on. See, it's still glistening. It's got plenty of juice. Dynamite flavor. You do pick up some of that citrus notes. My personal opinion is the zest helps a lot with that. Now I'm gonna get here my favorite part of a chicken. And that's the chicken wing. You can't beat a chicken wing. Easy to eat, got a handle, good grill flavor. Meat's tender, the umbrella method. Delicious. Now we're gonna come in here, check out some of this dark meat. Typically with dark meat, I like to kind of pull it. If you can get it into some good slices like that, you can do that. But it does have the bone in there, so you can slice some of it and pull the rest of it. That's what we're gonna do. Dark meat's really good too. This is how I like to do it. Mix some of the skin in there. Dark meat's always gonna be juicy. It can handle going up to that 180, 185. Heck, even like when we were cooking contests, we were taking them to 200 and they're still juicy. Let's get in here. Let's get a bite of the skin, some of the dark meat. I love grilling chicken like that because the skin gets nice and crispy. That's better than like if you're smoking it traditionally. Y'all for checking out this week's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video, and we'll see y'all next time.